quick, like the video before time expires with your chin. When you're done, be sure to comment your favorite Fortnite emote in the comment section. Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm Dr. P, and welcome back for another video. Thanks so much for stopping back by. Now, today, we're going to talk a little bit more about the caddis, of course. What else would we talk about? We're going to talk about specifically how Pressure Plant is playing a role in the storyline. I talked a little bit about it yesterday, but now that we've had some time to reflect on the map change and what it might mean, I want to talk a little bit more about it. Make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. As a reminder, I'm uploading every day covering the very latest and greatest on Fortnite news and information. Also, be sure to check me out on caffeine.tv, link will be below. If you want to be participating in any of my mini games, get added, and possibly even get a gift. Before we get started, I want to address something that I've been getting lots of tweets about, and it is this. If you go to replay mode and you go to Pressure Plant, a lot of the time you are able to see this helmet on the ground, which obviously belongs to Singularity. People have been saying, Dr. P, this confirms Singularity is involved with what's going on at Pressure Plant, and definitely that's a possibility, but this helmet is actually not a part of the storyline. It's simply a part of a challenge that you're going to be able to use to get a different style of Singularity once she's available to unlock. It's the exact same thing we had with the prisoner and the keys by his campfires. Just wanted to clear that up because I've gotten a lot of tweets about it. In my video yesterday, I showed 3 different posters that were found in the game's coding regarding the caddis, and this is probably the most interesting one. It says, when danger strikes, take the high ground, and obviously it's referring to the floating platforms around the map. I saw in my comment section from a lot of people saying, Dr. P, if they're advertising for you to take the high ground on these platforms, that would mean that the creature cannot fly. I thought about it for a second, and it definitely makes sense. Previously, we had all been under the assumption that this creature can fly because obviously the footprints and the attacks between Pleasant, Snobby Shores, and Loot Lake never had any footprints between them. As such, we thought it was a flying creature. But there's no way they would make this poster saying take the high ground to get to safety if the creature could just fly up to the high ground and still attack. I'm not sure exactly what this creature is doing, but definitely it's interesting, and now it looks like it's not even flying. So how has it been getting around the map? How has it not been leaving more footprints if it has to walk? Let me know what you think in the comments. I tweeted earlier today asking what you guys thought was going on at Pressure Plant, and I want to go over a couple of your theories now. The first one today comes from Sir Squabblesauce. He says Singularity has issued an emergency and is gathering an army to capture, contain, and restrain this beast of immeasurable power. There are several theories about what's going on at the new and improved Pressure Plant, but definitely one of the biggest ones is that it is some kind of a prison cell for the caddis. As we know, the Utopia skin, which is Singularity, is going to be unbelievably important to the season. We believe she is the Vault Keeper. We believe she has something to do with trying to stop the caddis. What if Singularity gave the signal to start building this trap at Pressure Plant in hopes of capturing the caddis? And like Squabblesauce said, maybe they also have an army of some sorts to help bring it down, because let's face it, how are they going to control this thing? If it's as big as we think it is, as ferocious as we think it is, it's not going to go down easy, and it would probably take a pretty good number of people. Heck, now that I think about it, what if we, as a collective unit, are that army? I mean, we're a lot of people. There are 100 people per Fortnite game. I feel like that would be enough to defeat/contain the caddis. Maybe that will be the event. You heard it here first. So, Pressure Plant capturing the caddis is one theory. The other theory about it is a nuke. Maniac Sniper 4 says the caddis will get on the island and attack it. A missile or nuke will launch from the Pressure Plant and go off, but just before it does, the Vault Keeper will send us into the in-between to protect us from it, only to come back to a destroyed island. So just to bring you up to speed on a current theory that I have, it's that the Vault Keeper is currently in the in-between, watching over the Fortnite island. We know for a fact that she was responsible for sending us to the in-between back in Season 8, and she may have played a role back in Season 6 too. It's very possible that last season during the volcano event, she could have sent us to the in-between to protect us from the fury of the volcano. She could do the exact same thing again here in season 9, but this time she would be saving us from a nuke. Speaking of a nuke, we have some hard evidence in the game that it could indeed be a missile silo. This comes to you courtesy of user Jaden Dio, who hit me up on Twitter, so huge shout out to you, bro. But here we go, let me show you what I'm talking about. If you go to the control room of the pressure plant and you look on the left side of this mechanism, you can see 3 cards, one of which appears to have a rocket blasting off. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, it is clearly a rocket. There's no disputing that. There is literally zero arguing what it is. It is a rocket. Whether or not a rocket actually comes out of this place remains to be seen, but if this is a hint placed by Epic Games, well done. It's been a little over a day since this update happened, and it took us this long, well, at least personally, me this long, and I'm willing to bet almost all of you the same amount of time to figure this out. Let me tell you what this reminds me of, okay? If you remember back last season when the vault showed up, when it was first discovered, and we were leading up to the unvaulting event, inside of the control room for the vault, there was a flashing screen that kept showing different weapons. Of course, they were hinting at the unvaulting event where we were going to be able to choose one of those weapons to come out of the vault. The similarities are there. I know it's not a flashing TV monitor or computer screen, whatever, but it is still a new location that appears to have a hint in the control room. I tweeted out about the rocket looking thing in the control room, and I got this reply from Nova Equalizer, who says, "It looks like the type of rocket used for transportation, not for destroying something. Space travel? Question mark. At first I said, no, it's probably just the missile they're gonna use to defeat the Caddis, and I still stand by that. I feel like that's the most likely and most reasonable answer, but I looked at Donald Mustard's Twitter, and I gotta say, there is some really peculiar stuff on there. Within the past hour, he's tweeted 2 separate tweets, both of which I'll show you now. First, he tweeted, "Invest in space. I hope so much to be alive to see us transition from a Type 1 civilization to a Type 2 civilization. We are on the cusp." There's a great chance this tweet could literally just be about his interest in space, but then again, remember the theory I just showed you about the rocket apparently looking more like a transportation rocket? Could there be a correlation? Could we be going to space? Mustard almost immediately followed that tweet up by tweeting, "The Visitor, one of my favorite and most important characters. Love so much how this action figure came out." Now, obviously, he was quote tweeting an action figure release from The Visitor, but at the same time, he's reiterating on The Visitor and space travel within an hour time frame. Mustard even goes on to confirm the Visitor is one of the most important characters in all of Fortnite. Now, we knew that, that's not news, but it is still very good and very compelling to see Mustard say that himself, especially at a time like this, where the season is coming to a close. If it were up to me, I would still say the missile is gonna be used in some way to defeat or distract the Caddis. Take all of this with a grain of salt. I'm not confirming to you that there is a missile. I know I'm talking kind of like there is one for sure. I'm just really excited after discovering that thing in the control room of Pressure Plant. While I can't say for sure there's gonna be a missile, it sure looks like it. Still speaking about a possible missile, this tweet comes to you from Daniel, who says, "The Caddis wants to destroy the power to make the missile unable to be used, and with this, the Caddis can keep on going." It's a great point. If you recall, the Caddis has been attacking different parts of the map. He's attacked Snobby, Pleasant, and of course, Loot Lake. In the process of attacking Loot Lake, he damaged the power cord. Maybe the Caddis is under the assumption that if he can destroy the power cord and eliminate the power source on the map, the missile won't be able to be launched. That is, of course, assuming there is a missile and the Caddis knows about it. This thing runs so much deeper than we can even imagine. I know that. It's going to be amazing to find out what happens. We've got all sorts of new developments happening every day, Now with the inclusion of this missile card in the silo, I think it's safe to call it a silo at this point, and even if we're wrong, that's the heavy assumption, and it's not like we're just saying that to say it, we have proof now. Guys, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would really appreciate your feedback. Make sure to subscribe and drop a like down below, as well as check me out on my live stream, caffeine.tv/Dr. Pineapples. I'll have it linked in the description. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video, and until then, take it easy and peace out.